In today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching a beginning Illustrator logo project. First thing you need to do is open up Illustrator, AI, Adobe Illustrator. Once the program opens, you'll say File, New. We're going to be doing a print project. Make sure it defaults to points. Make sure you go to inches, and we're just going to be working with 8.5 by 11. Okay, and then we'll create. All right, we've scanned in your logo, and so now what I'd like you to do is place your logo in the document. You're going to say File, Place. I'll go to my desktop. And here we have a logo by Hannah, and she gave me permission to use it. So here's her logo. Now, it doesn't really matter how you scan it. I'm going to obviously have to rotate it. So I select the object. Make sure you are on your selection tool. And I'm just going to rotate and move it over. Okay. I could make it bigger if I like. It doesn't, that's fine, just like that. Now, the next thing I recommend is lock this layer. That way, you don't have to worry about accidentally selecting it. So you're just going to tell the computer, select this section, the scan, object, lock, selection. Now, it's locked. You can always go and unlock it. Okay. I'm going to zoom in. The first project that we're going to be, or the first section of the logo that we're going to be making is the blender here. Okay. Now, Illustrator is a vector-based program. Okay. You have a fill and you have a stroke on every object. So if we look at this blender here, what I want you to do first, and do this with your logo, is decide how many sections do you have. So we could just do this a line right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Technically 12, 13 sections. Okay. First section I'm going to do is the middle part here. So I'm going to get my paintbrush tool. Now you have a stroke. If it doesn't appear, say Windows stroke. Okay. I'm going to put my stroke at 2.5. My outline black. My fill is going to be an orangish color for now. I'm going to come in here, 2.5. It's at 1. So it will default to 1. Don't worry about that. All you have to do is select it, delete it, put it back down to 2.5. Let's see if it'll behave now. There we go. Now just trace it the best you can to the best of your ability. Okay. Make sure you have enough space on your desktop and on your desk. So just remove papers and any of that kind of stuff. Okay. Now, if you make a little mistake, don't sweat it. So here we have that. Now, I'm going to get my selection tool. I'm going to select my object. I'm going to double click here. Now, I could choose my orange like this, and it'll fill it. You could also make little swatches on the side with your eye, which is your picker, to pick. Okay. So that's one option. I'll talk about gradients in a second. Now, here I'm going to take my direct select. I'm going to activate this dot, the anchor, and I'm going to bring the anchor up here. There. Now it's matched. Now let's say I wanted this to be more dipped a little. I could grab my anchor, and there's these things called handles. And I can manipulate them. Okay? It's real important that once you manipulate one section, double check others to see if there's anything else you need to fix. Okay, so here we have that. Now, let's say I want to fill in this top part, but that top part is going to be white because there's nothing there. Okay, so I'm going to grab my paintbrush. Now, I'm going to put this behind this object. So I'm going to go like here, and I can just basically, doesn't matter because it's going to be behind. No one's going to see it. And then draw that out. Okay. And double click. I'm going to make this sort of like a whitish blue. Okay. But now it didn't fill. Why? Well, because I didn't have it selected. So I'm going to select it. The color's there. Bam. Now, I want, though, this behind here. So I have it selected. And I'm going to say Object, Arrange, Send Backward. And now it's behind. Okay. All right, now I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to make the lid. Now let's say I want to move this one and this one. I can select the two. I can say Object Group. And then I can just kind of move them down because they're in the way right now. All right, here we go. Oh, brush. Now look at it. It looks like it's at 1 again. So I'm going to drag it down to 2.5. Okay, I'm going to make this entire piece and then put in the lines. Okay. So I'm going to go across. I have paper on my desk, so it's in the way. There we go. Go across. All right. Yay. Woohoo. Making the lid. And again, it's all vector-based, so you will be able to resize this on a billboard, posters, T-shirts, sweatshirts, backpacks, and it will not, it'll be crisp and clean. All right, and I want my lid to be, I don't know, maybe like a silverish color. Okay. Now I have some lines in here that I definitely want to make. So I have this line here to throw in. And I don't want to fill on that. I'm going to grab it, drag it, and pop it in right there. Now, if it's below, let's see, it's behind, like let's say Object, Arrange, Send Back. It can be behind, Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Oh, come on. Arrange, Bring to Front. There, bam. Okay, and then I'm also going to throw in this guy. A little crooked. It'll straighten it up, so don't sweat it. It's a beautiful thing about the programming they did. Okay, there. And then I like to use my arrow tools to adjust. Now, hold down the Shift and get everything, bring it up. Let's see here. Now I'm going to get my direct select, and I'm just going to adjust that. There. Okay, so if I want to highlight all these guys, I selected them, Object Group. Grab this guy. There, and I want that above. So Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. All right, so we are definitely moving on. Now, real quick before I end the video, I'm going to show you how to do a gradient on this section right here. So I'm going to get my selection tool. I have these grouped. I need to ungroup them. Click out here. Now tell the computer I'm just dealing with this object here. So now I'm going to come up here to my gradient tool. I'm going to double click. This gradient box will appear. Okay. Select here. Now I don't want gray to black. I want orange. And I want, oh, not black. I want white. So, white. Delete that. White. Okay. Now that is the gradient I want. So I'm going to select my box. Oh, where'd it go? Something deleted. Undo gradient. Oh. Okay, if this happens to you, okay, bam. So just keep undoing it till you find what you're looking for. Okay, there. Double click, white. Easy peasy. Now, the other option is you can decide, do you want it like, let's say -60 or like 6, I like it like that, 60. Okay. All right, I am approaching my limit here. I'm going to pop it in. I'm going to send it to back, and we're going to be done. Arrange, send backward. Okay? So, again, we're using the brush tool. Make sure you're 0.25. Make sure you have a stroke if you need it. You have your fill. Okay? You have your selection, and you have your direct select.